From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Andrew Adams.
1 is the number of storms we had yesterday in the state up in northwest Oklahoma and Ellis County. Nice updraft here. Gorgeous time lapse from Marty Logan. He was out chasing for us yesterday afternoon. High-based supercell produced some heavy rain in a very small pocket and also some small hail in this storm, but nothing beats a nice storm time lapse, and you gotta love that view. But underneath the storm, he also got some video of that. Here is the hail that he was tracking. These are little quarter size or just a hair larger hailstones that were coming down and in quite a fashion, bouncing off the pavement, bouncing off the grass, and obviously some very nice heavy rain directly under this thunderstorm as it was moving through Ellis County yesterday, and it was severe for just a little while. Lightning strike also caused a fire, so it gave us a little bit of everything for just being the only storm that we had. There are plenty more storms up in Kansas and in Nebraska and Iowa, and there's the fire truck and fire crews helping with that fire. Nice rainbow. Well, let's do away with that today. No rain chance across the state. We're going to be dry for the fair, which is nice to see. Very clear on our Mathis Brothers cameras. We're waiting for the fair to open here at 10 o'clock this morning. Pike Pass Sky Cam Network showing clear skies across the state. 72, the latest temperature out at Will Rogers. That came in almost an hour ago. Checking what else is going on around the metro. Not too much warmer, but a little bit. We're in the mid-70s now for the most part. Some upper 70s still holding on to the northwest, and even some 60s out farther west, which is kind of nice for a few of us, but we're going to heat things up quite a lot today. 10 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts out of the south, and a lot of sunshine and not a lot of rain means we're going to heat up. I wish we could have some of this rain from Tropical Storm Fiona. Maybe not quite as much as what Puerto Rico's getting, but you know, we need it. We need it really bad. It'll be a hurricane later today, strengthening and continuing to do so as it goes out into the Atlantic. It's going to bend away. There's a large area of high pressure out in the mid-Atlantic, and we've got our own high pressure to deal with. That's going to steer it away near Bermuda by the end of the 5-day period. So no issue for us. Unfortunately, neither is this cold front. Kind of wish it was. Would be nicer to be colder, but it is stalling on the Kansas-Nebraska border. Jet stream is bringing a lot of moisture from the Pacific into California. That's not for us either, unfortunately. We're going to see that kind of stall out there for a few days. We're just going to be nice and sunny this afternoon. A few clouds will pop up, but that's really about it, and maybe a couple more clouds by the time we get to tomorrow morning out west. Bigger picture over the next several days is mainly sunny and really, really hot. Our heat dome, not so much friend, but acquaintance that we had over the summer, it's back. Not quite as hot as the summer. Obviously, we're later into the year now, but still hot enough that we'll be flirting with some records in the next few afternoons. There's the cold front we've been talking about for several days. Best rain chances still look up to the northeast, and we are just so far away from it, and the front likely stalling. I don't see us having a very good chance at cooling down a whole lot until we get after Sunday of next weekend. So we got to wait a little while. That's bad news for the drought monitor. We're not going to see that get any better this week. No rain on the way. 90s aren't shocking. We usually get a 90-degree day all the way through almost the end of the month. But what is a little bit more shocking is the fact that we're going to be so close to record heat as we go through the next several afternoons. I think we tie that record on Wednesday. Could get pretty close to breaking it. So it's just going to be uncomfortably hot, more like summertime than fall, but here we are, 90s this afternoon at the fair, so warm early, 82 at 10 o'clock when it opens, and then into the 90s. Certainly stay hydrated if you are out today, and put on the sunscreen as well with all the sunshine. We've got some triple-digit heat likely again to the northwest and mid and upper 90s for most of the state. Overnight, back into the 70s with some 60s sprinkled in out to the west where it's able to cool off just a little bit more, and even more mid and upper 90s again tomorrow, close to 100 to the north. So that summertime heat, it's here, and it's here all the way through Wednesday, just really uncomfortably hot. And then Thursday, yeah, I think we get just a little bit cooler, but not a whole lot cooler. Upper 80s still in the ballpark, and then I think a bigger pattern change, we'll wait for it after next weekend.